For this video, I'm going to show you how to roll a coil. Rolling coils is really hard. If you haven't rolled a coil in a while, it's not as easy as you may remember, and you might struggle. But the key with rolling coils, just like anything else, is the more you practice, the better you get. A couple of things to start. It's really easy. It's easier to roll coils with really wet clay that's fresh out of the bag. So if you have leftover clay that's been sitting around a little while, or it's dried out, and you try to roll a coil, it will be more difficult. So I encourage you to grab fresh, wet clay. Another thing is to grab, it's easier to roll smaller coils than it is to roll a large coil. We will roll large coils when we get to our large coil pots, but when you are beginning to learn to roll coils, start with a little bit of clay. It'll be easier for you. Then make sure that you take any leftover clay that you're not using and make sure that you keep it in a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out while you are not using it. Right? So here we go. The first thing we do when we roll a coil is I like to get the clay going in my hand just by rolling it like this. This already starts that shape going, and it will make my life easier rather than trying to start rolling a ball of clay. The key with rolling a coil is in your hand. You are the machine here. You are the machine that rolls this coil. So if your hand is floppy and is not firm, it's not going to work very well. So what you want to do is you want to keep your fingers together, and you're making this motion back and forth like this. I think about when I roll a coil, I do a lot of my work on the push out, and then when I pull back, I'm just pulling the coil back to then do some more work. It's not about how hard you can roll a coil. In fact, if you apply too much pressure, you're going to smash the clay, and you're going to get the rectangle coil of death, which is really hard to work with. So what I want to do in the beginning is I just want to put my hand on the clay, and I'm moving my clay back and forth. I'm just getting it moving under my hand. I'm not pushing down, I am just rolling it. Then from there, once I get it moving under my hand, what I want to do is I want to start applying a little more pressure. So I'm going to push down just a little bit as I roll, but then keeping my hand moving back and forth. And what this does is as I put down pressure and roll it, it is pushing the clay from one side to the other. Similar to the pinch pot, how we pinch the clay up the wall of the pot, what we're doing now is we are rolling clay out and applying that pressure to force the clay from one side to another. Right? Keeping it moving. Once it gets long enough, you can incorporate two hands. If you're rolling this and you get this, and it starts getting clumpy and it's like this is what I call the rectangle coil of death. When you get this, you can fix it. Stand it up and then tap it down to get more of a square coil of death, which squares are easier to roll than rectangles. Then again, just get your hand moving. I'm not pushing down, I'm just getting it rolling under my hand, and then I'm going to start to apply a little bit of pressure. Again, I try to think about using most of my work as I push out, keeping my hands firm, and moving them at all times. If I sit and I roll in the same spot over and over again, I'm going to shrink that spot really skinny, and it's going to make it hard to come back from. So keep your hands moving. Think of it like a typewriter or eating corn on the cob in the old cartoons. And I'm forcing that clay from one end to the other, using nice even rolls. Also what I'm doing is I'm looking at my coil and making sure that it is the same thickness. So wherever I see that it gets a little thicker, I'm going to use my hand and a little bit of pressure, and I'm going to roll in that direction. I'm trying to roll nice, even coils. If you have a coil that is wonky, your pot will be wonky. So I'm just looking at my coil and nicely even rolling these out, trying to achieve a nice, even coil. You don't want to roll your coil too thin because you're using your coil to build. After you wrap up your coil, you're using the edges and to smooth it together to the previous coil. So if your coil is too thin, you're not leaving enough on top to roll with. Once you have a coil rolled, what you're going to need to do is then use that coil to build a pot, right? So you need to start with a base. There are two ways to go about making a base. The first one is you can take the clay and roll another coil. Again, take the clay, roll it in your hand, Get it started like this, then place it on the table and just get your hand moving on it. Once your hand is moving on, then start applying a little more pressure down. Right? Rolling your hand from left and right, making sure that you're rolling the coil, that it's not flopping over like a rectangle. And then once I get it rolling and I can feel that I'm controlling it, then I'm just moving my hands left to right, forcing that clay out with that pressure. Roll out that coil. So once I have a nice even coil, what I can do is I can take it and I'll roll it up like a snail shell. Keep it flat on the table and I will roll it up. And then when I get to the end, you can always pinch off some clay if it gets too much, and then I'm going to smooth it on there like that. Right? And then what I'm going to do is, while it's laying flat, is use a tool or my finger, and I'm going to go through and smooth that clay together. Really make sure that you're moving the clay around, pushing it from side to side. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the other side. Taking my finger, pinching, making sure that I'm moving clay, spreading clay. I don't want to smash my piece. But I definitely want to make sure that I am smoothing the clay together to make it nice and strong. On both sides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it like a wheel on the edges, and that really kind of strengthens up the edge there and the side to create a little bit of a disc. Then with my fingers, I'm going to manipulate it and try to make it as perfect of a circle as possible. This is your base to your pot, so if it's wonky, your pot's going to be wonky. Right, so you really want to make sure this is nice and clean. The other way to make a base, if you wanted to, is just to take a ball of clay, roll it up into a ball, and then taking the heel of your hand on your table, to just smash it down. You try to also get a nice even disc. You could take it and roll it like we did before, and then shape it with your fingers, but that also gives you a nice base to your pot as well. Now, this is how coil pottery works. When I take a coil and I put it on the base, what I want to do is I want to take my finger and smooth it on. I call this tagging. Tagging it will hold it into place so that way I can shape this. If I take this coil and wrap it around the base until I get around, and then continue to wrap it exactly directly on top of the previous coil all the way around, and continue to build like that, what I get is a cylinder. Cylinders are boring. Everybody say, cylinders are boring. Cylinders are boring. Right? So what I'd like you to do is create a form, create shape. What I do is I'll wrap around all along the base until I get along to the front. If I take this coil now and I wrap it around, not directly on top of the previous coil, but slightly on the outside, so right here in the middle, I shift it to the outside of the coil as I wrap, then my pot, my vessel, will start to move outward. Because you can see here now that my pot is starting to move out. Equally, if I take this coil and I wrap it, and instead of putting it on the middle or the outside, I start to put it on the inside of that coil that's below it. As I build, then I can force in the direction of my pot to move inside and go in. I'm going to be careful here because I'm running out of room. You can see here now, then I can take that and I'm directing that the direction in. So depending on the shape of the pot you want, that's then the beauty about coil pottery. You can make any shape vessel that you want to, depending on where you place those coils. Once you build, what I would recommend is only building up 2 or 3 coils to the point where you start and finish. And then I'm going to do is that when I'm done is I'm going to take that clay, I'm going to tag it on. Even it out a little bit and hold it on there. Now before I build more, what I want to do is I want to go through and smooth these coils on. So I'll pick it up and I'll hold my finger on the inside to brace it, and I'm going to take my other finger and I'm going to take that clay, pinch and smooth. Pinch and smooth. I will smooth down, and then I will go back and I will smooth up, down, go up, and then sometimes I'll smooth to the side or at a diagonal to really then cover any and all those lines. So go through, smooth down, pull some of that clay down and smooth your coils down, like so. Okay. Then I'll go back and I'll pull up, move some of that clay around that way. And then what I'll do is I'll take my finger and I'll pull diagonal. That helps keep the shape and the overall form of the pot. You're going to want to do that both on the outside and on the inside. This will make your pot super strong, so that way you can go ahead and then you can build some more coils on top of it.